Hello everyone, my name is Ruchi and I'm representing Innovatia, which is an award-winning knowledge management company that holds innovation as its leading light. As part of its R&D initiative, Innovatia has ventured into gamification. In this video, I wish to share my gamification experience and why I found it so exciting. To begin with, let me introduce you to the concept of gamification. What is gamification? Gamification is integrating game dynamics into your site, service, content to drive participation. There are four main pillars of gamification. On a higher level, they are mechanics, measurement, reward, and behavior. This is most effective when you are able to superimpose the gaming mechanics into a non-gaming scenario. For example, any corporate environment where you need to turn learning into a gamified experience, you need to make feedback a stressless experience, or you want to guide employees on HR compliances and policies. Gamification is a powerful tool. The next question you ask yourself is, are we alone in this space or are we investing into something unnecessary? If you think so, take a look. The gamification slogan in Innovation was fight for your right. So we started off. So in this whole video, I'll be talking about my journey as Noddy, which was my avatar. To begin with, a journey. It all begins to the island of Innovatia, where the houses of dragons and demons were welcoming me. I entered with an objective to conquer and fight, as the name suggested. Fight for your right. Depending which week you were playing, you had to pick your house. There were themes for 8 weeks. In here, each week had a different theme, and there were daily activities mapped into the theme. The initiative was targeted on documentation team, and the activities were identified by the management as part of an asset building drive. This included style guide, XML, minimalism, data, audience analysis, persona-based writing, etc. There were daily and weekly points based on the performance in the activities. The board comprised of weekly scoring and daily scoring and ranking based on that. To summarize the whole experience, let's hear more from the team itself of gamification.
Hi. So I want to introduce you to the team of gamification. We have Adityan, we have Gauss, and we have Apurva. So they are going to talk about what was their approach and idea and why they created gamification. Over to you, Gauss and Apurva. So Apurva and Gauss are from the R&D team. They research and develop this tool and whole platform of gamification. So what was your approach to create this platform, and what tools you used and what platform you used to create it?
So we decided to, when we started, we knew that it was a lot of work, right? So we decided to look for already existing platforms where we could leverage the maximum functionality. So we went with Moodle to do all the heavy lifting. We zeroed in on that. It took care of all our scoring mechanism, ID, user ID and password management, credential management, storing the records in the database and all those things. Then on top of that, we built the other stuff like the login pages and then extra pages to accommodate the storyline, the narrative. And then we built the whole leaderboard system, which accumulated all the scores and showed it as we wanted to. And then the badge system, right, where we are assigning badges to people, all those things. And all this was done mainly in PHP. And so once the system was ready, Apurva will talk about more about how we developed this.
Yeah, since Moodle is also in PHP, so the entire UI was built with HTML5 and PHP. So, first we had I built a login page, and then we had a leaderboard. So the leaderboard consisted of badges and ranks, and initially we came up with weekly leaderboard, and then we changed it to daily leaderboard also. We could get both the scores, and so it was something which was dynamic, and we used to create a new. Adi used to come up with a new story every day, and the users could log in. And we had a login, and the users could log in through that, and they could take up the quizzes and.
Okay. So, do you would like to share like there was a avatar thing here? So you people use avatar to, so there is no names here. So people will be using avatar to display their character. So that was also designed by you guys. I mean, you have designed.
So the logic, I mean, the idea behind that was, I mean, it was Adi came up with the idea that it should be anonymous mostly, right? And everybody gets to choose an avatar. They get to be somebody else or who they want to be.
So we
Right.
basically wanted people to be superheroes in whatever they are doing and enjoy their learning experience. So we thought of two things. One was we thought we should have a narrative which could support the entire experience, and each theme. Yeah, so we had a narrative which could support the entire theme, the experience, and we had avatars so that people played a superhero and they were trying to achieve a particular mission within the task given. So we had a plan that was running for like 3 months, and we wanted people to collect points, badges, and feel good about the whole experience of learning.
Okay. So basically, it was a 3 month exercise
Yes.
for everyone.
Yeah.
I would also like to know, like, what was when you were designing this, and what kind of feedback you got when the people were started using this application. So there was be a lot of curiosity among people, like who the other person is, and so what kind of feedback generally you received on this?
So we planned it in a way where we gave people time to get adjusted to the platform so that they get to know what they are doing. By second week, so initially we had a weekly winner concept, and we slowly migrated towards the daily winner thing, because by the time people got a grip of what they are into and they got engaged, which is one of the basic things we are looking at with this gamification initiative. They wanted to score more, do well, learn more, and once they got an idea of how things are, we changed the rules on the go.
Okay, and is there any learning lessons which you like to share with us?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously collect data from the entire experience, not just for users, but how the entire experience as an implementation was. So based on that, we found that the engagement levels were higher when, with certain kind of activities, and the avatar thing being recommended highly. In fact, people want a repeat of a similar event in 2015 also. So probably we're looking forward to that right now.
Okay. Gauze and Apurva, would you like to share any kind of your learning experience, like when you were creating this thing and designing whole platform, anything which you have think is useful to share?
Yeah, like I learned, like when I was developing it more than anyone else learning, I myself learned a lot. I also researched a lot about the way scorings are supposed to be done, be evaluated. I also learned about the Moodle interface. So it was like an everyday learning experience for us as well as for the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So from what I understood from this whole exercise was the networks, or the way the network is set up in a lot of organizations today is a lot of traffic from outside is being blocked. But why we needed this platform to be available to everybody from outside the office was to increase the engagement level. Now people might not want to take up the quiz during the day, so they might want to go home and take it up. So if you're forcing them to log into the VPN and then take it might actually reduce the number of users that will actually take it up. So to drive engagement more, the experience needs to be seamless. So that is where the cloud comes into play. So this was the first-hand experience of the importance of the cloud, right? Accessible from anywhere, anytime, and does not affect performance, and a seamless experience. Like you get the same kind of speed and the same experience what you have when you are inside the office. You get the same thing when you're outside the office, when you're at home, when you're on vacation, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are people who went on vacation and they still wanted to be a part of this.
Right.
Right. So if it was not for the cloud, I don't think we would have been able to deliver such
Mhm.
an experience
And
at such level.
from the documentation perspective, we should also discuss why we needed such a platform, because as we slowly shift towards an experience-driven documentation, a social documentation or a collaborative documentation, innovation needed a space or a platform where we could deliver based on how the current trends are, from being information developers to being experienced developers or collaborative community driven authors. A bridge has to be covered, and gamification probably would serve as an ideal platform for that sort of learning to take place.
Right. So, do you all think that it's a nice exercise if every unit have this thing so that they can understand what assets they are having, what they need to work on, to do just to evaluate the strength and the weaknesses of the people who are on board? Do you think
Yeah,
it's a
it's not particularly for documentation as such. When we devised this, we implemented this for documentation initially, but the obvious plan is to like extend it to tech support and probably take it to the innovation international level definitely. And we're also thinking about a platform where we could license it and sell the app.
all right? Okay, thank you for your time, guys, and really appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
At last, my takeaway on my whole gamification experience. I was hooked and kept tracking my ranking, badges assigned to me, along with my guessing game of who is faring better than me. I followed the theme and was prepping myself up for the activity beforehand. Finally, I was able to gauge where I stand and what I need to work on in a fun way. It was a good learning experience, and I enjoyed being part of gamification.